Right boys, we're back once again talking about more times that indie wrestlers took liberties on each other, shot on each other, got into fights, and various incidents, dramas, and controversies from the world of independent wrestling. Before we do get into it though, I wanted to announce that my next live stream is going to be this Wednesday once again. Timings are on screen and we'll be talking about more independent wrestling incidents like the ones we're talking about in today's video, so make sure you're there for it. The last stream was very fun, and let's get straight into this video, with the first incident coming from Mexican wrestling company AAA, who are now owned by WWE of course, as one of the craziest incidents and beatdowns of all time happened in AAA in 2009, with Juventud Gurrerra being the victim of it. And it stems from backstage heat the Juice had gained when he went into interviews and revealed personal details about X-Pac's life, and it leads to Juvi getting beaten down and beaten up legit by a large group of wrestlers on the roster during a multi-man match.
You hung out with him a lot more when you were in the NWO, Conan, right?
And in Mexico, we lived in the same house for a while.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Listen to that. So at that time was Jack Evans, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Me. Do you remember Moody or no?
Do you remember who? Moody, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moody, right? Yeah, Moody. Me. Teddy Hart, okay? Taya and Psychosis. We all lived in the same like house that they rented for the wrestlers. All right. And so, you know, you remember he's the guy that had put that piece of shit in Juventud suitcase that started that whole brawl in Mexico, remember?
Oh, that was X-Pac was the one that did that?
Yeah.
Interesting. So he had a lot, so X-Pac had heat with
at that time.
Oh, he didn't like Hoovy. A lot of guys didn't like Hoovy back then, right?
Everyone at that time, pretty much, right?
Well, yeah. Well, basically, what had happened was that at that time he was dating. You remember Ryan Shamrock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was dating her, and on some radio interview or podcast, I don't think that podcast even existed back then, but like on some radio interview, they had asked him. They didn't even ask him about X-Pac, and he brought up the fact that, you know, X-Pac was in drug rehab, right? And so the father of Ryan Shamrock's kid heard this, and I guess he went to a judge, and they took the kid away from her, all right? And so fucking Pac was fucking furious, and he wanted to beat him up in the dressing room. I said, bro, don't do that because they're going to fire you. So then he put a piece of shit in his suitcase, and bro, Hoovy went ballistic. He was super mad. He thought I did it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then when he came over to confront me about it, Jack Evans, who had mega heat with him, intercepted him and just beat the fuck out of him. When Teddy Hart and Jack Evans first came down to Mexico, bro, they were doing incredible shit, and I was like, Juventud's a perfect veteran, hopefully, to help them. And I was like, Hoovy, help these guys out. You need to sell for them. And he wouldn't sell for them, bro. He treated them like J-Brones. And it was very frustrating. So that day, he had a problem with X-Pac. So X-Pac put a piece of manure in his luggage. Now, I'd been mad at Hoovy, so mad that when he came into the dressing room, you know how you shake everybody's hand? When he went to shake my hand, I didn't shake his. So he already knew he had heat. And so he finds a piece of shit in his bag, and he goes into where the gorilla position is, where the owner of the company is, and he throws it on the floor. And I can't believe, you know, you run a company where you let people do it. And he's just cutting a promo, kind of like a bitch. And then everybody's kind of looking at him like, oh, okay. So we had this battle royal. And bro, when he went into the battle royal, it was like ants on honey. Everybody went in there and just nailed him and nailed him and nailed him. He came out of the thing. He goes to the back, and he accused me of putting the manure in his thing. And I go, bro, are you sure, Juventud? He goes, I know it was you, you motherfucker, bitch, pussy. You know, he starts insulting me. I go, are you fucking sure it was me? And he picks up a chair, and he comes after me. And by this point, I was so mad, I just wanted to destroy him anyways. Bro, Jack comes out of nowhere, and it was almost like the dressing room that we were getting dressed in was like, imagine that you went to like your school's, talent show, and everybody's sitting, and there's like a stage. So he was on a stage and we were down here. He came flying, nailed Juventud, and just proceeded to just beat the shit out of him. And I was kind of mad because I was like, bro, I wanted to, I was so tired of his bullshit. And so, we separated them. By the time we separated, he'd broken his nose and he was all fucked up. I never even touched him. And so, of course, Juventud started to go on news stations and shit like that and say that me and 4 guys beat him up. And
now I can't actually show full footage of the events that went down because it's AAA. However, I can show it on my stream this Wednesday and we will be watching it all in full, the entire incident, and deep diving into other POVs of the incident. So yeah, man, be there this Wednesday to watch the entire incident in full with Juventud Gurrerra and the heat he garnered about his comments from X-Pac, leading him to getting beaten down by the AAA roster. Up next is a random entry I've seen floating around in my recommended for a while, and it just involves Koko B. Ware, as he for whatever reason decided to beat up a jobber on a Memphis circuit wrestling TV show in 1985.
There was with Randy Hales at ringside in Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky, and Buddy Landell picked up with the aid of Dundee that belt from Koko. Okay, Davey.
All right, this is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from parts unknown at 208 pounds, the Masked Patriot. And going against him from Union City, Tennessee, 222 pounds, Koko Ware. This match will be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Bell time. We're off and running with the Masked Patriot. First look at him going against Koko Ware. And Koko kind of going at it. Woo! Boy, he is pounding and swinging. Good night. He is clubbing away. Caught him with a clothesline you can't believe. Koko Ware just ripping the Masked Patriot apart. He really jumped on him, Davey.
I don't know if Koko was able to see any of that tape or not, but if he was, it had to inspire him to come out here and go to
really.
Ooh, boy, he is really working on the Patriot. Top of the boot to the back. Patriot trying to hang on to the ropes, and Koko right there, jumping up and down on him.
Koko Ware, I guess, is fired up and going as we have ever seen him. With the Patriot, he drives him down into the mat, and that's going to be it. 1, 2, 3. Not much of a contest.
Not even close.
Koko Ware just totally demolished him.
The next incident involves former WWE Right to Censor member Bull Buchanan, as he got in an incident with wrestler One Man Crew during an independent show, as backstage tension between the two made its way into the ring, and when some strikes accidentally landed legit, it sent Bill Buchanan under, it sent him into rage, and he got very pissed at One Man Crew and just proceeded to choke him out. And the final entry is an entry I found on Reddit from an incident just over a decade ago involving an independent wrestler, a low-level independent wrestler named Malachi, one that I've never heard of. As in this clip, it shows him shooting on his rookie opponent after he was accidentally hurt by him. But yeah guys, that's just about everything from me today, discussing more independent wrestling shoot incidents, times people took liberties on each other, and all that and more in the world of independent wrestling. If you want to hear more about these incidents, then watch any of my other videos that I've made about independent wrestling, or tune into my live stream this Wednesday, where we'll go over even more incidents, including that AAA Juventud Gurrerra incident in even more detail. So be there for that live stream, like the video if you did enjoy. I'll see you all in the next one. Comment down below any incidents you want to see me talk about and what you thought of this video. Goodbye and keep on rolling.